KFC, 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 KFC.
KFC feast.
I've been dreaming of chicken. How good is KFC?
It's like I've never eaten chicken before.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Mike's Mike. I am Mike and today we are doing a Week 9 Australian Survivor recap and low-key power rankings. So just a few key things to get out of the way before we get stuck into the recap. First thing is my master's degree is being an absolute little bitch at the moment, so I need to spend as little time editing this as possible, so as a result it's going to be a short video. Second thing is I went to the 10play app to avoid the ads from the 10play website and they followed me to the app, so just a heads up, if you're using the 10play app, beware of the adpocalypse. Last thing is that there is no episode of Survivor this Sunday night. There's only a Monday and a Tuesday, and the week after there's the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so the finale's on a Tuesday. There's only 5 episodes left. How crazy is that? Also, if you're bored and you haven't watched it already, I did do another upload this week that wasn't Survivor related. I went to my local Liquorland and I bought some $4 and $5 wines because that's all I can afford. Alright, so let's blast through this recap starting with Sunday night. So key points. Everyone wanted to take credit for taking down Henry, and rightfully so. They all played a part. Like, you can't say that, you know, Michelle did the whole thing, or Tessa did the whole thing, or Luke did the whole thing, or Sarah did the whole thing. They all worked together to take down Henry. Like, obviously he was that bitch if it took that many people to take him down, you know what I'm saying? So then we get to the bitch-ass immunity challenge when they had to hold the totem things on top of the pole, and then at regular intervals they had to add on some more pole. And what a bloody nightmare. That wind... Like, okay, 2 things. My phone, can you not? I'm actually busy right now. And second thing is that wind. Simone, you need to calm down. And I love how in the edit, they just keep showing these dramatic shots of the palm trees going, whoa. Like, we get it. It's windy. So your girl Ziggy won immunity, and, you know, she still had her Super Idol Part 2 at this stage, so she had that double immunity. She ain't going nowhere. So then it looked like Lockie was going to go, because you thought that everyone's going to be like, alright, Lockie is a threat in challenges, so it would make sense for us to get rid of Lockie. But no. So we had Luke in his spy shack and he heard Tessa and Ziggy trying to making moves on that dance floor that is Survivor Top 9. And as a result of that, he was like, we need to get rid of Tessa. So when we started catching wind of them voting for Tessa, I was like, y'all need to calm down. Think about your end goal here. Ooh. So that tribal council was a mess in all sense of the word. You know, we had 2 votes for Tessa, we had 2 votes for Tara, we had 2 votes for Lockie, and oh my god, again, 2 votes for Lockie and 2 votes for Sarah. And then the deciding vote was obviously those 3. Sarah, Jericho, and Luke voting for Tessa. So Tessa went home. I swear to God, every single time I say that I want someone to win or I like them, they go. So that's what's happened this week in a nutshell. I also wrote down, why is stressed tribal council Sarah me?
We're tied again. 2 votes Sarah.
Accurate. And for some reason I wrote next to that, wow, you really did that. I guess they did the vote. I don't know what I was going for there. From Sunday's episode, we go to the worst day of the year, also known as the Monday episode, where Sarah got kicked out. So then on Monday night, your girl Michelle was like, hail to the no, no, hail to the no. And she was like, oh, Luke, Jericho, and Sarah really had the nerve to not tell me that they were voting for Tessa. And then she whipped out her hit list and she wrote down their names. And what do we know what happens next. So in my 10-play ad-fueled rage, I wrote down here, I love Michelle, but she looks like an angry bird. And then in brackets I wrote, but like a fun small bird. So I think what I was going for is the ones that, you know, that live on the farm and they're small and they look like Pidgeotto from Pokemon. That's kind of what I think Michelle looks like, especially at night when they showed like the nighttime camera and she's talking to the camera and she can't see where she's looking, so her eyes are going like that. She looks like a fun little farm bird. So then we had the iconic animal challenge, and we had the Peter team and the Sarah team that just refer to them like that. The Peter team was winning straight out the gate, and it looked like they had it in the bag. And then the other team was like, so Sarah's team was like, boom, boom, pow, and Jackie My Style. They trying to cover my swagger. I'm on the next shit now. will.i.am who? And I think it's worth mentioning that during that challenge, the editors whipped out the Island Club music. This music. And as a result of that challenge, we had Sarah's team going to that bloody KFC reward. And I lost count of how many times I said KFC during that. Probably 300 times. I mean, get that promo. Like, guys, yes. How much is KFC paying you per word? How many times do you say KFC? It's like me in an assignment when I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm like, if I say the key word enough times, the marker will be like, yep, that's fine. So I think the producers were like, we'll just get them to say KFC 5,000 times and then we'll just get paid. We're making bank out here.
It's like I've never eaten chicken before.
So then at the KFC hoo-ha, we had Ziggy, Lockie, Luke and Sarah, and they're like, ooh, let's all vote out Michelle. Whoa. And then Ziggy and Lockie were like, yes. And then they were like, nah. Like, lol, screw it on that shit. We ain't having none of it. And then I've written down that we went to the stupid immunity challenge, and I wrote down, how would the rounds pick this is dumb? And then I crossed it out and wrote it was chance. But it's still dumb because it's kind of annoying and luck based. Like, what are those matchups? How is it fair? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me being salty because Sarah left. But I also think it was an annoying challenge. But I appreciate the design of the spinny shit. Like, as an engineering student, that'd be an absolute nightmare. And like getting it in the actual water and getting it to stay there while these people are like fucking running on it. So the person who won that immunity challenge was Lockie. Surprise, surprise. But it was a surprise because it was his first immunity challenge. So I wrote down in brackets, it was the start of something new. And yes, I am referencing High School Musical 1. And are you ready for another reference? So the episode from then on turned out to be Michelle vs. Sarah. Brackets, pick a side, pick a side. And yes, I am referencing No Frauds by Nicki Minaj, feat Drake and Lil Wayne. If you know that song, bless you. If you don't know that song, get an education. Under each of their names, I've put a key sentence. And under Michelle, I put, she's not going to forgive and forget. And Sarah called her a loose cannon. I guess that's accurate from Sarah's perspective. And then under Sarah, I've written, it was a bad move to get Tessa out, but it was essentially Luke's move, and the blame went to Sarah. And that keeps happening for Luke. So he's just like, everyone wants to blame Sarah? Run along, children. Go blame Sarah, as long as it's not him. Well, I mean, that backfired. Tuesday, didn't it? So some key quotes from that episode that I just wanted to mention so I have a record of that it actually happened. Sarah said, Tara's working with Jericho. When? Like, if that's the thing that's happening, we're not really seeing that. And why aren't we seeing that? I'm getting major top 2 vibes from them. Tara and Jericho top 2 calling it now. Also, Jericho's drowning cat analogy, like, boy, you need to calm down. But also me, I'm living for the references. And also Lockie saying, poor cat. Like, but yeah. You can say all kinds of shit when you're wearing an immunity necklace. Am I right? So then, the thing that made this Monday the worst Monday in history, Sarah left. And at the same time, it was kind of smart for Luke and Jericho to vote for Sarah, because otherwise, if old mate Jonathan had read out more than one vote that wasn't Sarah, then everyone else would be like, things that make you go, So next to my notes for that episode, I wrote down cutting with 3 underlines. Like, I am cutting about this episode. I said Sarah was my favourite in the last episode, and now she's gone. So I guess if I say that Michelle's my favourite, she's going to go. So I'm not going to say Michelle's my favourite, even though she is. I'm going to say that Lockie is my favourite. So then in the third of the trifecta of episodes for this week, and yes, that is a betting reference because I googled sports bet odds once and now I get all these bloody Ladbrokes, bloody shit ads all everywhere on Facebook, on Google and everything. So I'm just full of betting analogy now. So on Tuesday's episode, we had Luke saying something like, I'd be happy if you win, to Jericho or something along the lines of that. Like, if we both made it to the end, may the best man win, but just as long as it's us that make it to the end. And I was like, boy, if you don't, boy, you're gonna make me cry. And then, but at the same time, I was like, okay, we're getting this nice, fun shit happening at the start of the episode. One of those two is going home. And even when he said me and Jerry to the end, I was like, Tom and Jerry who? So I've written down Tara's lollies, brackets, I forgot that happened, comma, was I dreaming it or did it actually happen? So I thought that I was dreaming that Tara found the lollies, but she actually did. But keeping in touch with the dream theme, If you've seen Pretty Little Liars, I can't even say it right, Pretty Little Liars, in season 1, when Allison dies, she's wearing that yellow blouse thing. When Sarah walked into tribal council wearing a yellow blouse, I was like, Alison De Laurentiis' Pretty Little Liars season 1, say what? So your boy Lockie won another immunity. And it was kind of funny though, because we had all these ads saying Tara's big move, Tara's move might backfire. What? And you're kind of like, whoa, what's her big move going to be? And the episode starts and she's like, oh, I realized that Lockie's ordering me around and I need to get rid of him. And I was like, shit, Tara, am I going to stand now? And then Lockie wins immunity and they're all like, shit. She's like, I want anyone to win except for Lockie. And then Lockie wins. So next I wrote down stupid fucking crumpets ad. And that's referencing that stupid fucking crumpets ad that I keep getting on 10play, and the website died and kept playing the same ad over and over and over again. I got the fucking crumpets ad 5 times in a row. Sorry for swearing. I'm gonna get fucking flagged again. Fuck it. So it was kind of spicy with like the social play in that episode. We had Lockie saying, Michelle's not a threat to my game, just after Luke had told him that we're voting Michelle. And then he was like to Ziggy, Luke's much more dangerous, we need to vote for Luke. And then I was like, this is really going to happen, isn't it? You're going to vote out 6 consecutive favourite players of mine. I was going to say, can we swap the jury with the 6 who are left in there, because the jury is all strategic players and I like them all. But then I thought, those top 6, they deserve to be there, I guess, because they're there and the other 6 aren't there. So maybe instead, can we take the jury and make that a separate top 6? Then we have 2 top 6s, and then I'd probably just watch the jury top 6 and just forget about this other sub-season that's happening. So seeing that all my favourite players, all the most strategic players, and all the fan favourite players have left the game, what does it leave? What have we got? We've got 6 players. And, I think I can group these into 3 pairs. In terms of power rankings, at the bottom, we've got Ziggy and Lockie, like, surely, oh my god, surely everyone realizes that they need to go. Then in the middle, I've got Michelle and Peter. And, I think I put that there because they're not the bottom for me, but they're also not the top. And Michelle's my favourite at the moment. I really, out of the 6, I want her to win the most because, I'm all about that sass life, that tribal council sass, and she's delivering. Every tribal council, if, something bad's going to happen for me, as in one of my favourites going to go, she'll still deliver that sass. She'll still drop in some quotes and be like, yes, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Bless you, Michelle. I'm so unsure about Peter's edit. I honestly don't know what to think about it. He hasn't really got that much airtime, but it's so late in the game. I don't know if he's going to suddenly get airtime, but there's only 5 episodes left. Like, what could possibly happen there? So I don't think he's going to be top 2. I hope Tara pulls off her Lockie vote out because, otherwise I'm not really sure why people should vote for her to win. I guess if she does that, that's somewhat of a reasoning. And, Jericho in the ads, it's kind of suggesting that he's going to go for blood. He's going to get revenge for Luke getting voted out. And I hope that happens. I'm all aboard the Jericho train. Keep bringing me those war references. Keep being extra with the drowned cat and everything, even though you called Sarah a drowned cat. And I'm talking really fast, but I'm still believing in you, Jericho. You can do this. I feel like Jericho's going to win. And that brings me to the end of this Recap and Rankings episode on Mike's Mic. I'm Mike. Why am I doing my intro again? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, and also leave a like because I got a new jacket. Look at that purple undertone. Purple undertone. If you got something to say, leave me a comment. Who do you think is going to win? Like, guys, we really need to be at that point where we're making them predictions. Who do you think is going to win? Let me know. And also, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And bitch, I know your ass ain't subscribed because I can see 45% of my views come from subscribers and 55 come from people who aren't subscribed. So I know that you have the capacity to hit that button. So hit that button. And yeah, wish me luck this week with my heinous uni schedule. And I will see you next week for the second last Recap and Rankings? Or is it the last one? Oh my god, it's the last one. Shook. Anyway, enjoy the week and I'll see you next week. Peace out. Bye.